I've been off and on, in and out of institutions, tried it so many different ways.
I needed upper level of care, higher level of care.
Dependent on drugs, these recovering addicts once were considered by some people valuable commodities. Hundreds of other young teens and adults still are tonight.
We have learned their recovery is worth something. Tonight in a special report, we're telling you what you need to know about how industry professionals and even the addicts themselves say treatment centers have begun to prey on prospective patients. Hannah Lawrence joins us now to explain the unethical practice now called addict brokering. Hannah.
Josh and Latricia, there's a fine line between educating people on available treatment services and addict brokering. Professionals in the treatment industry say that line is crossed when facilities pay recruiters by each bed they fill. Many have seen it happening here in Tennessee.
One year, a healthy Ottawa High School cross-country runner. The next, a college freshman on a running scholarship with a desperate addiction to opioids.
And I got in a car accident in 2011, got prescribed 3 different prescriptions for 3 different types of painkillers.
TJ Whitaker says pain pills eventually led him to heroin.
And I lost my identity and personality due to drugs.
Because his family has good insurance, Whitaker got chance after chance to get clean. Over FaceTime, he told us he's realized recovery is worth something, and not just to the people who love him.
It was one of those holy effing crap, like, wow numbers, hundreds of thousands of dollars range.
And that's the problem.
Hello, and thank you for joining us today.
Recovering addict Orlando Andrews gets ready for his show.
And today we're going to be dealing with a topic
which is recorded here at this nonprofit studio in Nashville. His topics revolve around recovery.
You're looking at it as a family issue.
Before his recovery message was televised, Andrews worked in a treatment facility's call center, converting calls for help into admissions.
That's the issue that they have, is that they treat it in a way like sales.
Andrews says he got paid on a bonus structure. The more addicts he signed up, the bigger his paycheck.
Are you really helping someone who fits your market? Or are you just, trying to sell it to every single person that you're coming across?
The day News Channel 9 came here, Rebecca Bouillon was his set guest.
The idea is to shift the focus.
The certified intervention professional approached us after hearing what this story is about.
I feel very strongly about patient brokering.
Patient or addict brokering is when treatment facilities pay incentives to salespeople who recruit patients, even if they're not clinically appropriate for the program. Bouillon calls patient brokering unethical and says it's now happening in Tennessee.
The family does not know that they are not being given a choice. They don't know that there's a secret handshake deal going on, a marketing agreement behind the scenes.
Bouillon says perhaps the most devastating cases of brokering are happening in Florida. That's where TJ is now. There's really no way to tell if anyone got a kickback for getting him into the facility he went through, but he knows he's lucky to have finally gotten clean here, as he now witnesses friends involved in the worst-case scenario. Addicts recruiting other addicts.
Kids will come down here and say, hey, smoke a joint with us. That's going to stay in your system, roughly 21 to 30 days. And then you go and you stay in detox for 6 days, get out, you get $2 grand.
To be clear, TJ is talking about a broker encouraging a relapse by sharing drugs, then signing up that same addict for treatment and splitting the kickback. Florida is beginning to address that kind of abuse by introducing new bills that would make it illegal for facilities to hire brokers. And Bouillon believes that could be trouble for Tennessee. That's why she started conversations with lawmakers.
They're going to move elsewhere, and I really wanted to have some things in place in Tennessee so that they could not come up here and do what they're doing down there in Tennessee.
In the meantime, those looking into treatment need to be on guard.
I would say to parents in Chattanooga, research.
Whitaker's learned just because a treatment center has 5 stars, it doesn't mean it can save your life.
We met another man who works as a counselor here in Chattanooga now, but also got clean in Florida. Like TJ, he's not sure if he was brokered, but he was offered a sweet deal to get down to the Sunshine State.
So I called that gentleman, and he said that they would accept my insurance, and not only that, they would pay for my plane ticket down there.
That worked out for Jonathan Dresser, but he too warns parents to research because if a program doesn't fit an addict's needs and they go anyways, insurance money could run out before they get the help they need. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll tell you some of the questions you need to ask to avoid getting caught up in a brokering scheme. Latricia.
Hannah, great information there. Thank you. And to try to get people the help they need, a nonprofit organization in Tennessee is expanding its emergency hotline. TADDA is hiring more people to answer calls coming in on its Red Line. It's funded by a state grant. We have the Red Line phone number and a story with today's special report on our website, newschannel9.com.